time for some Prime, baby. Amazon Prime.
Well, we're waiting.
It has begun!
I am Optimus Prime.
I'm in my prime.
Welcome to prime time, bitch!
Yeah, baby. It's been a while since I did an Amazon Prime video, folks. Since back in December, end of December. So the last 5 to 6 months, I've been building up, picking up something once a month, maybe twice, if I see a good sale. And I've upgraded some stuff, and I picked up a nice collection set. So let's go ahead and get this started off. On a Blu-ray pickup, I found this cheap on Amazon. It was 30 Days a Night. This actually is an upgrade for me. This upgrades a DVD set I have of 30 Days a Night. So I went ahead and got this. Now, staying with horror, I actually went and found this series on there on sale. In the first season of this show was so fantastic. It actually shocked HBO with how good it done. And I'm talking about The Last of Us on Blu-ray. The first season of this series, based off the hit video game, shocked HBO so much because it crashed their app. It made the app start delay. It shook the app so bad because how big it was. And The Last of Us was such a surprise for HBO because they would have probably stretched that first game out to 2 seasons, but they didn't. They basically did the 1 season on the first game, and it really was quite a very good hit show for that. And I gotta say, it gave me early Walking Dead vibes with how good it did. I hate to see that the show has a finite, there's a finite ending ahead for it because there's only 2 games, and I don't think we'll ever get Last of Us 3 with how bad they ran the franchise after that on video games. But that first game, man, it was fantastic, and the series itself was fantastic. It made Pedro Pascal really a big name hit actor, and it's good to see that he's getting all these roles now, and he's gonna be Mr. Fantastic. So that's kind of cool. Staying with horror, I found a cheap DVD, and this is based off the people of the Paranormal Activity and the Insidious producers and writers, I guess. And it's called Oculus. Chills you to the bone. I saw this one on Amazon way cheap, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. It's a cheap horror DVD, and it looks, it has a creepy cover, and I like that. Now, we're out of the horror. That's it. No more scary movies now. We're back. We're going into comedy. And one of the last movies I picked up, and this was a set back in, I think around March, was the Police Academy set. And this includes 7 movies. Now, all I had was the 4 set. And I was like, I'll stay with that for a while. And I did, because the 4 set this originally priced for like $30 almost. And I saw it in Cheap Thrills, and I was like, nah, I like Police Academy, but I don't like it that much to pay that much for it. Because the first 4 films to me were the best. Once Guttenberg left, it kind of got too much, It ran too long. And I always remember this. In school, the woman that played Hooks, the sweet-natured Hooks with her low voice that could get real loud, and at the end when she got pushed, well, Hooks come to our school and she was doing a anti-drug message, and I remember she, we kids was like asking her about Police Academy, and she's like, yeah, we're trying to work on getting this, and that was before the 7th one got made. She says, we're trying to come back and do one more, or try to do another one, and you can go too long, and now they're getting ready to do remake of it. I hate remakes at times. The Naked Guns really got me questioning how good it's going to be with Liam Neeson. I mean, it's got some absurdness in it. I like that teaser they done where they're all looking at the pictures of the guys that's gone. Like, he goes in there and looks at Frank Drebin's picture, Leslie Nielsen's picture, and the guy goes looks at, God, I can't think of his name. And then the other one guy looks at OJ's picture, and he's like, nah. It's as funny as can be. I did crack up at that. Now we're getting into the video games. And I found 3 cheap games. And one I found was a nice little PlayStation 4 upgrade to the PlayStation 3 version of this. It is Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition. And I remember, you know, getting the third one. This was the 2012-2013 remake of Tomb Raider. I know they did 2 or 3 of the Tomb Raider games of that. I haven't got to play it. I've got it. But this was a nice little PlayStation 4 upgrade, you know, Definitive Edition. It was cheap. And I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Now, another one that surprised me that I picked this one up. And this was marked down cheap. I thought this might be an RPG. This has got... includes Naruto Storm Road to Boruto. This looks like an RPG, and I like RPG games. And I was like, I've never seen this series. I've seen this anime talked about. I know they've got a bunch of these Naruto games. I think I've got a couple of them on the PlayStation 3. They're fighting games, but this one looks unique. You know, it could be a nice little RPG because I like RPGs. Bandai Namco has done some good stuff. Now, the last game is quite a story, okay? Around, like, April, mid to late April, I was, you know, on YouTube looking at videos, and there's this guy that does videos on sales that's going on PlayStation Network, Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy. He goes on and does these sales, shows these sales that's going on in all these places online that you can order from. So I'm sitting there looking at the, you know, and sometimes, you know, I've caught some good sales, you know. They've had some good sales on the network, PlayStation Network, and so he talks about Amazon. Amazon is having this sale on this College Football 25. Now, I like cheap football games. I don't buy them new. I don't buy them new. So he's like, yeah, he said, this sale's going on. I think it's $9.99. I was like, okay, that looks interesting. I'd like to get that. So I go on, and they're not having the sale. It's just showing full price. I think it was $19.99 he marked it to. And I was like, nah. So I just turned it off. Well, I looked. I scrolled through all the listings, never did see it. So about a week later, I check, and I didn't take it out of the cart. I just left it there and just turned it off the site. Just forgot about it. Well, a week later, they have marked the sale down to $9.99. So I was like, you know, for that price, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up College Football 25. And I'm not a big college football fan. I know some players in college, you know. There was some players that I remember, Danny Warfel and Doug Flutie and all. You know, you remember all the college players like that. You remember the you know, some of the stuff that you've seen. And I remember I was sitting there looking online. You know, I was like, man, I wonder what's going on with college football now. And man, it's went crazy. I believe football players should be paid. These guys should get some payday for being in the games and making all this money. They should get a payday. But man, alive, man, when the guys like they're like playing free agency with the college football teams now, they're like, one guy actually was holding out because he had signed for $2 million a year off an NIL deal, and he was wanting $4 million a year. It was like, and he left Tennessee. I don't know who that is. I can't think of his name. But there was just like, these players were just demanding more money and just walking off and leaving. I'm like, this is crazy. This is what college football's become now, like the NFL. And like I said, I agree they should get paid, but nothing like what's going on. It's been crazy. But I like cheap football games, and I think that guy's Travis Hunter. I think I remember him. I don't know who the guy from Texas or who the other guy is. I'm pretty sure somebody could probably tell me that follows college football. I'm pretty sure all these guys have been drafted by the NFL now since the draft just happened. Hunter went to Jacksonville. I remember him. He went to Jacksonville. They traded up. Like I said, I follow the NFL and the draft pretty closely. But that's my Amazon Prime pickups, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe in fall, winter, we'll do another one. I'll see what kind of sales I can catch. But Till next time, get some Amazon Prime in your life. Prime.